Nice night. What a night. Welcome to my online haul, y'all. My online haul. All my shopping from the eBayses and Amazon and the past 6 months from like last April till now. A lot of online spending. Key books. I like the indie artists that hone their craft, that work their own style, that end up being successful. They got this modern sized comic right here. This came out originally February 2012. This is the last issue. James Stokoe. James Stokoe is this illustrator, writer, indie artist. He's got this creator-owned series here that started, January 2010 till 2012. Yeah. Issue 6 for some reason is super rare. Like, a lot of James Stokoe's stuff, for me, is always rare to find near mint or very fine. And he did covers for Marvel's Secret Wars Battle World spin-off series. But I always cannot find his stuff. Even online, it's like hard to get his stuff in affordable near mint. So I got $10 for this. Number 6 is the one that's people are willing to pay a premium for Orksting. $10 for that issue and this together with $5 shipping. That shipping's average like $5, I would say. Sometimes it's like $2.50. Andrew Mclean's Headlapper. It's this demigod that is kind of like this bounty hunter, bittersweet. Look at the world. He's mean. He's always upset. This head that he carries around with him. You expect him to always deliver it like a bounty, but he's over it, and she's hazes the shit out of him all the time. It's this witch's head. They got this love-hate relationship, and the witty banner on top of this kind of like really colorful but fantasy action comics. I love Headlapper. Andrew McLean's story is great. His James Stokoe. So he's done the B cover for this third issue at Headlapper, and that's the A cover that the writer artist does, Andrew McLean, and I love his A covers too. This is what got me hooked on the Headlapper, is this cover right here. This back thing grabbing that head, this foot claw and his morning star arm. This guy is on top, living large. My last fit, I showed that Palestine comic from Fantagraphics. Joe Sacco is a sequential journalist, comics journalist. He's got so many books out. He wrote a book on doing comics and journalism, sequential journalism. He's done some stories that have been in like Time magazine as well. So Joe Sacco did this one-shot comic with the stories all written by Harvey Bakar. These social commentaries, a lot of takes on music as well, obviously like jazz, buy and selling records. The last story is actually with Harvey Bakar visiting San Francisco, meeting up with friends, indie artists like Crumb, and seeing The Who at the Fillmore. Paid $15 for that. Emil Ferris. This story here is like a autobiography. It's like ballpoint pen on regular paper. It's a free comic book day issue, and it's phenomenal. Inspirational. You see a story here about monsters, right? And you'll hear him saying it's how phenomenally inspirational it is. It's about overcoming the monsters of life. Basically, she had this disease and had to learn how to use her limbs. Ends up becoming an Eisner Award-winning artist. Emil Ferris. My favorite thing is monsters. This is a free comic book day issue that's a autobiography on her. That's also out of Fantagraphics. This is out of 2013, the Alex Ross sketch variant. Dark Horse's Star Wars comic, written by Brian Wood. Carlos de Anda is the artist for the interiors. It's a beautiful Alex Ross cover there. Got that for $25 altogether, total price for that. Y'all like Boba Fett? I paid $8 for both of these newsstand copies. $8 each, plus $5 shipping. You do the math. 21, something like that. And yeah, it's that night. These are painted covers. Oh yeah, this video is definitely going to be interrupted, by the way. I don't know if you've heard of the freeware software called Mini Movie Maker. Mini Tool Movie Maker. Mini Tool Movie Maker. That's the freeware. You allows you to edit your video a lot easier than the YouTube apps that come with the website, this channel. The events in this take place 5 years before Star Wars A New Hope. A couple of newsstands here for $8 a piece, plus $5 shipping, like $21. So the last cover was dated March 1999. Beautiful newsstand. Lucas Books. So this is from a Comic-Con out of Mexico. $20 for one, $33 for the other. So this was never available in the United States. This was originally only available in Mexico at this Comic-Con right there. And then that stamp looking symbol right there says Decomixado. That's a comic book shop that collaborated with the Comic-Con in having this cover be created. It's by Carlos de Anda. Sorry if I'm not getting that name right, but it's the person that did the interior artwork on this 2013 Star Wars comic here from Dark Horse. Really awesome cover of Boba Fett. Has anyone heard of Ralph Macquarie? Macquarie. Wow, I am getting that name. Just butchering it. It's the concept sketch artist for Star Wars. It's like MC, right? Like you would say, you know, McCleary or McClellan, like an Irish name, right? Quarrie. Well, Ralph Macquarie is this concept sketch artist in the late 70s that is one of the creators, basically, of Boba Fett. BobaFettFanClub.com. BobaFettFanClub.com is this site that got so much information. This guy, yeah, he's Slave One, the spaceship, and this is one of the sketches he done did. $13.37. So I add another $5 onto that for shipping, pretty much. Beautiful cover. Concept design variant. Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The show is about to begin again. This is the Ultimates number 13. It's a newsstand copy. All this stuff from New Marvel era, when Marvel was just coming out of bankruptcy. It's all like low print run. It is just this new modern take on the Avengers that came out. All this stuff that you guys are seeing out there, we didn't have this. This was totally new. This was off the fucking hook. This was so fucking cool when this came out. Look at like that version of Iron Man's armor. You hadn't seen this before. A lot of people like me, we were out. It was books like this that got people like me back in the comics. People looking at Thor like he's nuts. The new take on him coming back to the 21st century, missing home, missing his old friends, listening to old tunes. The take, they kept true. They modernized that version of Janet Van Dyne and Hank Pym. They didn't take away the whole wife beating story, like the whole lack of edge, modern, zillennial bullshit, like sheltered shit. I know I'm gonna alienate the fuck out of most of the people watching this, but man, it is like this was like the last gasp. I swear to God. Like this whole new Marvel era, look at stuff that came out around this time from like 2000, 2004. You're gonna be surprised. There's some new stuff. Even today, it's gonna be new because of the bland bullshit that's been coming out from former Marvel. But hey, man, off my soapbox. $2 I paid for this. Millar Hitch. What you gotta do is you gotta check out that DVD, right? It was like the prototype for the Marvel live action movie theaters. It's the cartoon, right? The second one called like Ultimate Avengers, the one where they're in Wakanda. The 2-disc set, the second disc has got interviews with Millar and Hitch, and they're talking about modernizing the Avengers and how everything looked like it was just cheese and how they made it better, and they incorporated stuff like sport equipment with military gear and materials that were more modern, looking more like 21st century gear, and less like hokey circus acts from the early 20th century. This is the new take on superheroes. Boom! Did I blow your mind? Your ears bleeding now? All right, good. Move on. The first free comic book day comic. Old Tobey Maguire movie was based a lot on this comic. The genetically engineered spider that bit Spider-Man. That was the Sam Raimi take. This run on Ultimate Spider-Man that Mark Bagley, the artist, and the writer Brian Michael Bendis did that broke record for the longest writer-artist combo. The covers alone from Mark Bagley are just remarkable. The new take that Joe Quesada and Bill Jamas and Dan Buckley all did on rejuvenating an interest in Marvel Comics at the time while they're coming out of bankruptcy. It really is commendable work here that you take a company that whose stock was less than $5. It was like, I remember it was like $1.98, and they were bringing in people, indie artists, right off the block. Like, yeah, you got a pulse, come here, work at Marvel, sink or swim. I know Alex Maleev, after he did his work with The Crow, he said he showed his portfolio over at Marvel, and that's how he got his gig with Daredevil. That's another comic around this era that got me back into comics. Low print runs, people, from like 99, 2000 till like 2003, 2004, that new Marvel era. Yeah, I ain't lying. Shake your head now, roll your eyes now. Yo, I just got the power on through this video. Alright, it's getting late. The sun is coming up. Neil Adams. Doug Mensch. He's got a bunch of short stories in here with loads of artists. Art Adams, Brian Bolin, John Byrne, Bill Sienkiewicz, Steve Rude, George Perez. I mean, October 1986 cover date. This beautiful Batman number 400. $55 plus $3.50 shipping and handling. $58.50. Anybody ever heard of James O'Barr? Creator of The Crow, maybe? Caliber Comics. It's a nice near mint Caliber Comics 1996 calendar. Got that for $10. It's a 16-month calendar. Il Corvo. It's the Italian version of the Crow there. It's an anthology comic, actually. They got a bunch of other artists in there, but Il Corvo, the Italian Crow anthology here, has got a lot of covers by James O'Barr, and I'm a huge James O'Barr fan. He's got, you know how he's got kind of like that lowbrow type of look that you might say, oh man, that just kind of doesn't look right. But then when you look at it, it's not only right, but then when you really observe what you're looking at, you're like, damn, that's just not right. This is Il Corvo. Il Corvo. It's 2,000 lire. Numero 0. How much I paid for that? $3.75. Look at that. Lovely. James O'Barr, Caliber presents #2. The first appearance of the Crows in issue #1. And James O'Barr did the cover for 2, 3, 5. And there's a follow-up Crow story in issue #15 of Caliber presents. Gary Reed converted his comic book shop, part of his comic book shop, into his Caliber Comics office. And when he was printing the comics, there were these 4, like they were printing things in sections of 4 pages. And there were some extra panels that they needed to get filled, and Reed had originally turned down O'Barr's Crow and needed some filler story, and gave O'Barr the thumbs up just based on that. Caliber presents #1. So O'Barr ended up doing the covers for some more of these Caliber presents comics, as well as the Caliber imprint Dead World, which is a horror comics anthology. And O'Barr did Not for Wussies covers, some of your early B covers, as a matter of fact, you could say. James O'Barr did those Dead World covers under the name Johnny Zero. Don't you know? I got that Caliber presents #2 for $7. Very fine plus, 8.5. It's graded. James O'Barr cover, Caliber presents #3. 1989. Near mint, 9.4. Got it for $10. Caliber presents #5. James O'Barr cover. That is a near mint 9.4, and I paid $18 for that, as a matter of fact. James O'Barr cover. This is Choke #2. Each issue of Choke had a different cover artist, pretty much, and this is issue #2 by James O'Barr. Anubis Press. $36 plus, say, around $5 shipping. These James O'Barr B covers for IDW books, especially for this Death and Rebirth series, is so hard to find, especially in near mint. That's the retailer incentive B cover. It's one of my favorite James O'Barr covers. This is IDW's The Crow, Death and Rebirth, James O'Barr cover, issue #4. $15 plus pretty much $5 shipping. If you take $1. Alright. Bitterroot, Eisner Award-winning comic here. What is it, like Batgirl? Issue 40 is a Purple Rain cover swipe, and then It's a Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely, Batman and Robin cover. I think it's like maybe number 8 or 9, maybe 6 actually. It's like a Purple Rain cover swipe. Then you got Snake Eyes Storm Shadow. Wow, I can't remember that issue number, but that is one of the dopest Prince Purple Rain cover swipes. Snake Eyes Storm Shadow, I think it's issue number 9. I don't remember. There's got to be another Prince Purple Rain cover swipe out there. This is Bitter Root, $12 each. Such a dope ass cover. I had to get it. Bitter Root, stories like this, Orc Stain, all this stuff. I wait for the trade. Getting used trades. Now that's money saving right there. And you can pass them on. Hey, did I mention James O'Barr? Yo, check this out. Lady Death All Hallows Eve, #1, Dark Forest Edition, limited to 99. James O'Barr cover. Publisher is Coffin Comics. The date down here is 18. This came out like 2019. So one of these I paid $60 for. The other one I paid $40. Yo, the platinum edition of Hardware #1. Pencils by Dennis Cohen. Inks by Jimmy Palmiotti. Milestone Media. Script by Dwayne McDuffie. Cover date April 1993. I paid $25 plus $4 shipping for that platinum edition of Hardware #1. This is the only cover that I see listed for issue 49 of Hardware. Hardware ran, like I said, for 50 issues, and this is the Mobius cover. Yeah. Yup, that it is. Cover date March 1997. What did I pay for that? Damn. What fool would pay money? Big money if you just want to dig. You just find it in the dollar bin, right? Yeah, I just didn't want to dig enough. It's so late. How much did I pay for this motherfucking comic, man? Where is it? I'm looking at my eBay's list here. There you are. Total with shipping altogether is $52.99. Mobius, baby. You gots to pay for putting up with me this long. And hell yeah, I'll pay for Mobius. Caliber Comics did this 6-issue limited series. They featured Mobius Comics. Look at this cover. Look at this cover. One of these I paid $25 for. Another one I paid like $14. The 14 one, both of these were in separate individual orders, so add $5 onto that. Killer deal with these. What? One of these is VF. That's the $25.42. I paid for one of them. I mean, yeah, I can't find this in a crappy condition at a comic book shop, let alone near mint. Yeah, I miss going to cons so bad. I One of the best conventions I went to was the Motor City Comic Con 2017. It was huge. That one is in Novi. Remember, the Motor City Comic Con is in Novi. The Michigan Great Lakes Comic Con is in Detroit. Yep. Sin City. Frank Miller. Just finishing off, getting doubles, near mints of my Sin City collection. They're so common to get, but then to get that, that sharp black and very fine plus or better it's not easy. All right. Was kind of resisting trying to get it out of the bag, but it's nice. Miller time. With shipping, $10.60. Near mint copy, $91.69. Todd McFarlane Spawn. Very fine X-Force 116. Milligan all red. This is the issue where Marvel officially dropped the Comics Code Authority. Is it Peter Milligan, the writer, Mike Allred, the creator of Madman, got together and did this non-conventional take on superheroes? These guys are in like a reality TV show. They got their publicists worrying about their PR, their image. Narcissists. That's why I paid less than $20 for this, because I ain't gonna pay no more for these narcissist motherfuckers. No, this is an awesome story. This is one of the stories that got me back into comics. Once again, this is that new Marvel era. Grant Morrison's Frank Quitely's New X-Men. That run, too, that started at issue 114. The Jim Lee, Chris Claremont X-Men run ran up until issue 113. And then Frank Quitely and did the art. Grant Morrison did the writing for the new X-Men run. And that whole new era, this whole non-conventional take on the superhero genre, so fucking awesome. And once again, that low print run. And you got yourself a newsstand here for 116 and number 117. Man, how tired do I sound right now? Where's my coffee? I told myself I want to get this done. These X-Force comics now are ranging from $4 to $6 a piece. The rest of these X-Force, $4 to $6 a piece, are one order two. So add that plus $5. X-Force 121 newsstand. X-Force 124. You Go Girl on the cover by Darwin Cook. God. Definitely psyched I got this in there, man. Newsstand, you know it. That issue number 1 of X-Force, by the way, is the first appearance of Dupe and You Go Girl, Zeitgeist, and Mr. Sensitive 2, I believe. Let's power through this real quick. We're almost done. Got technical difficulties with my phone. X-Force number 116. That is the first appearance of You Go Girl, first appearance of Dupe, and the Anarchist. This one is the first appearance of the Orphan. When James Hudson had found Wolverine, it was after this point, when James Hudson went out into the woods and had the weapon Alpha. This is before that. historically, as far as Wolverine's origin goes. Wolverine, Weapon X. This ran for 12 issues from issue 72 to issue 84. This is a newsstand. You know, it's got this symbol right there. I already got this completely sealed in the bag. Otherwise, I'd show you. If you ever see this symbol up here, that double C, it's like, I always keep saying, I gotta look it up. It's like Curtis Company. They distributed newsstands, so on the back, there's that barcode label. Same thing with this. It's got the CC up there as well. Barry Windsor Smith's origin story of how Logan got that adamantium seared onto his skeleton. Barry Windsor Smith did the covers. Barry Windsor Smith did the covers, pencils, ink, story for that whole series from issue 72 to issue 84. That last issue is cover dated September 1991. I got my reader copy of Voodoo Child Art by Bill Sienkiewicz, Martin L. Green story, the biography on Jimi Hendrix. It's all Bill Sienkiewicz art. I saw a print of this. It's collage work, that different mediums that Bill Sienkiewicz uses. I saw one of the pages up on display at the Motor City Comic Con back in 2017 in Novi. It was $1,200. Yeah, this isn't just like watercolor on some type of canvas. I mean, he's got like pieces of tinfoil, it looked like, or cloth, or different types of paper, canvas. It's torn up, applied to inks. You know, I didn't get that close of a look at it, but wow. Remarkable. Really. Why people don't talk about this book, I don't know. This is from 1995. The disc is gone. Penguin USA, that's out of New York. Penguin Books. I remember being at Barnes & Noble in Seattle, 1995. I was like, living in the U District, I think. I had just moved to Fremont and saw this up on the display. Didn't have any money for it. Hung out in the lobby and read parts of it, but you know, that was back, man, just at the birth of the internet. I had my first tech job in 1995. People, you know, libraries sucked. That was like for homeless people, unfortunately. They didn't really start to revamp libraries until really the past 10, 15 years. A great example would be the Seattle Public Library. Yeah, well, back then, the 90s, people went to Barnes & Noble or Borders. It was more modern, the literature was more modern, the source of information was more modern, and it was easier to meet women at the Barnes & Noble, especially hang out at the new book section and some nook and cranny over by the new magazines, newspapers, and Seattle, Washington, November 27th, 1942. It's time. Never read this full, and I'm looking forward to it. So my dad would always take me over to these hobby shops where he'd shoot the shit with the owners, and in the display cases he'd have these figurines he'd cycle in and out. Yo, I'm old. This is stuff that he did in the 70s and early 80s before he passed. Spirit of 76. Yeah, he was a mechanical engineer. Found some of his old paperwork where everything was done by hand. This was all in packaging recently. Yeah. Alright, well, hey, I really appreciate anybody's feedback. You know, that's my haul. That's my online haul, y'all. That'd be that Sequential Geek. Welcome to the Sequential Hood. You know, we all do our best to get the shout outs, information, the 411, keeping people in on the loop of what we're into. I am slowly trying to start to get out of my shell, working these vids and, you know, ideas as far as why I buy certain things and what I like to spec on and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That all comes out. The more I do these vids, the more comfortable I get, and the more rest I get. Fuck, I tell ya, shit I've been doing. Woo! Family. Shout out to all y'all, everyone out there. It's about to be October. That is my birthday month. October. This video is so long. Holy shit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having fun. Getting some information. Give me some feedback for real. Yo. That's my online haul. Yo. Thanks for watching. That'd be that Sequential Geek. Thanks for swinging by Sequential Hood. Stay safe. Peace.